you're having a great day so far. Today is November 17th, Tuesday, and on this post, I'm going to be talking to you about the overall crypto markets as well as doing a follow-up post to Yearn Finance, YFIUSD, to yesterday's post I had, and I'm going to be sharing with you my bullish and bearish case scenario as well as the short-term price prediction on this market and see what's changed according to the charts. Before we begin today, if you guys are watching me on YouTube, do follow me. If you guys are watching me on TradingView, do subscribe, as I'll be keeping you updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you guys do want to support me and don't already have a WeBull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 3 free stocks upon a successful sign up and a qualifying deposit, and I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please do also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I cannot tell you the future. I'm purely sharing my own speculations and opinions on this market, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as it is extremely risky and volatile. If you guys do have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below. I can get to them a lot faster that way, but let me know what symbols you guys are trading, following. I can see if I can share my analysis and opinions on those symbols. Now let's take a look exactly at what's going on in the markets first, and most importantly, I like to take a look at Bitcoin dominance because that tells me where the money is flowing into or out of. Would it be Bitcoin, altcoins, or neither? Currently, we do have Bitcoin dominance up about 0.8% from yesterday, currently about 66.4%. This breaks down to Bitcoin price action actually outpacing total altcoin market cap, okay? Bitcoin price action currently at about 17.5K, up almost 5% from yesterday, while total altcoin market cap is trailing that, only up about 2.5% overall. There are some smaller altcoins that are up a lot more, but that is just the overall average. Now let's take a look exactly what's going on with YFI and seeing what's going on in the charts. Recapping from yesterday, we did have a zoom out chart on the 3-day time frame that I last mentioned. That was very important to me because price action was being resisted by the 3-day 21 simple moving average, and we had struggled to get above that until today's 3-day candle. Okay, so we've been under resistance from this 3-day candle for about 9 days, and then today we had finally broken out of that 21 simple moving average. So that is bullish point number 1 to consider going into this analysis. Now let's take a look at the 12-hour chart, because that was where the ascending triangle pattern that the price action has now broken out of most apparent. Yesterday I had mentioned that there was an ascending triangle pattern inside a rising wedge pattern, and now that resistance, which was the top trend line, was at about 19K. We have broken out of that since the last time we spoke, okay? And now my only concern is, are we now in a rising wedge pattern, or are we going to invalidate it and go parabolic from here? So let's see. Let's take into consideration of some hints, because we are very well still in this rising wedge pattern. We're going to see if price action is in fact going to come back down to this bottom trend line right here, which if we do come back down within the next 24 hours, it would drop the price action all the way back to about 18K, or even lower if we drop sooner, okay? So let's look at some early hints on seeing if this could, which way could it possibly break out. One thing I do like to take a look at would be checking for any possible bearish divergences on the smaller time frames. Well, actually across all time frames, but let's start with the smaller time frame. On the hourly chart, we do have bearish divergence that could be playing out right now. We do have a double top here on the RSI, but with a higher high on the price action chart. So that defines classical bearish divergence. So I'm going to give the hourly time frame a little bit of weight, but not too much, because the bottom trend line right here is still quite a bit of distance. I am not sure if a few hourly candles could take us all the way down to here, but who knows? Sometimes it could happen, but I don't think the likelihood of that happening is it's going to be very likely. So I'll give it a little weight, but not too much. Now let's go on to the 4-hour time frame, which is the next time frame up from the hourly I like to look at. Currently, we don't have possible bearish divergence, and if the 4-hour candle, which closes in about the next 90 minutes, if it closes at about the same level now or at a higher level, possible bearish divergence could be avoided on the 4-hour time frame. 6-hour time frame, okay? I don't see possible bearish. We have to close at about the same level now or above on the price action chart to avoid possible bearish divergence. But currently, we are slightly over that point, and if we actually close right now, we don't. I don't see possible bearish divergence here. We have a slight advantage, slight uptick in the RSI charts. On the 12-hour time frame, it seems pretty clear that we could avoid it if we can just close at about the same level here or higher on the price action chart. Let's take a look at daily time frame. Pretty clear that we don't. 3-day, we do not as well. And on the weekly, we barely have a reading. So that is point number 2. We do have currently bearish divergence playing out on the 1-hour chart. Like I said, I'll give it a little weight because I don't think it can take us all the way back down to here. The likelihood is pretty low. But anything from 1 hour, from the 4-hour time frame up, I don't see possible bearish divergence if the price action closes at or above the current price level of about 21.4K right now. That is something to consider. Those are 2 points. Remember that. That the price action now is actually above the 3-day 21 simple moving average on the 3-day chart. We don't have possible bearish divergence yet on anything from the 4-hour up. Now, what I also want to look for is there any clear volume trends with higher price action? And I think this would be the most clear and most apparent on the 12-hour time frame because we just don't have as much noise in the price action. Looking back at the last 2 candles right now, including this one and the last candle, it does seem pretty clear that we do have higher buying volume with higher price action. So if this trend continues, this could actually bring us, actually break this top trend line right here and continue upwards, okay? So these are the 3 points to continue and as early hints. Now, just because these 3 points stay valid on the bullish side does not mean it's foolproof that price action is not going to come back down to this bottom trend line with 100% certainty, but it's definitely something I'm looking for and predicting what could happen next. Okay, so what happens if we actually break this upper trend line? This would be my bullish case scenario. If we actually break above this upper trend line right here on the rising wedge pattern, the next major resistance I see is the next fib level right here, which is about 25.5K. Now, just because the price action breaks above this does not mean I'm just going to set a sell order at 25K and check out for the day, because anything could happen at any time. With the market, I will still have a risk management plan intact in case if anything comes back against me, okay? Now, let's take a look at the bearish case scenario. The bearish case scenario, of course, for the price action to come back down to this bottom trend line right here. That's bearish case scenario number 1. Bearish case scenario number 2, I think it's less likely, considering the points I just talked about, would be for price action to actually just come back down to this bottom trend line right here and break all the way back down to the measure target of about 12.3K, okay? That is something to be considering. I hope you guys have found this post helpful. Please give me a thumbs up if you guys did. Let me know your agreements, disagreements, feedback. I would love to hear them. I hope you guys manage your risk carefully, and see you next time.